siempre en su casa, presente está el bodeguero y el cha-cha-cha.
Vete a la esquina y los verás, y atento siempre te servirá.
Ende enseguida, corre allí, que con la plata lo encontrarás.
Del otro lado del mostrador, muy complaciente y servidor. Bodeguero, ¿qué sucede? ¿Por qué tan contento estás?
Yo creo que es consecuencia de lo que en moda está.
El bodeguero bailando va, y en la bodega baila así.
Entre frioles, papaya y el nuevo ritmo del cha-cha-cha.
Hello and welcome again. It's that time of the week where we've got another recipe for you and another video of cooking with Mr. Sockavello. This week we're going to be making Mr. Sockavello's cheesy rice with ground turkey. This turned out to be a very, very delicious dish. I wasn't going to make a video on this. This is just something I threw together for a quick meal, and it turned out to be possibly one of Mr. Sockavello's new favorite dishes. So, what you're going to need: 1 pound of ground turkey or ground beef, if you prefer, half of a large white onion or one medium-sized onion, 1 box of cheddar broccoli rice-a-roni, and the seasonings of your choice, whether that's salt, pepper, Italiano seasoning, garlic powder, garlic salt, and some cheese for the topping, which I use the Colby Jack, and I shred my own because I do not like to buy pre-shredded cheese. It's trash. If you are using pre-shredded cheese, throw it into the fucking garbage because it comes with that disgusting powder on it, and Mr. Sockavello does not cook with disgusting cheese powder on pre-shredded cheese. We shred our own cheese here. All right. So you're going to start with your pound of ground turkey and get that into your pan and get this on low to medium heat. Then I also like to chop up my onions. I add that to the mixture and get that simmering and slowly cooking. You do it to medium heat, medium to high heat, depending on how hurry you are to get this recipe done. All right, so add your onions. Make sure you've got the rice-a-roni cheddar broccoli brand. It is the best one to add to this. Now, I get the heat going, I add my onions and get that cooking. Stir it up, chop up your turkey meat and get it going. All right, then as that's cooking, I start to prepare the rice. You add your 2 tablespoons of butter and you add in your dry rice ingredients and get that cooking at the same time you are cooking your turkey. All right, now here's a little video showing how I'm cooking the rice. I got the turkey meat cooking and making sure that the pieces are cut up and it is thoroughly cooked. I also like to add my garlic powder, my Italiano seasoning, my garlic salt to this, and make sure it is cooking the way it is supposed to be cooking. And I want to oftenly I'll remove the rice because I do not want the rice to be burned. All right, so you want to cook this up to make sure they're both cooking at the same time. All right, now here's a little video of the turkey cooking. And as you can see, we want to make sure they're both cooking at the same time. That is the way to make this dish really pop, is to have everything cooking at the same time so it's completed cooking at the same time. And I give it a little shimmy, I give it a little shake, I make sure everything's nice and cooked, and you want the half of the rice to turn brown, golden brown. I turn the heat down a touch and make sure that the turkey is cooking correctly. Add your salt and pepper. Add a little more Italiano seasoning if you prefer. Add some garlic powder if you prefer. However, you want to make this recipe really taste delicious as you're cooking it. Okay. Now, add my garlic salt there, as you can see, sprinkle that on. I add my garlic salt. You want to just give that a nice little kiss, mamma mia, with a little garlic salt. Yeah, sprinkle a little garlic salt on there. That is delicioso. I love my Italiano seasoning. I put lots of Italiano seasoning on there, and that makes it nice and delicious. At this time, the rice has been turned down to low just to keep it heated. But the that's going. I also love this lemon seasoning. I put that on everything I cook too, and it is delicious, especially if you're cooking a poultry. The lemon seasoning really ups those flavors and is delicious. All right, look how Mr. Sockavello does it firsthand. We are cooking a masterpiece tonight. Absolutely. You're going to fill your belly with goodness with this recipe. Like always, every time Mr. Sockavello's in the kitchen, your belly will be filled with goodness. If you want a little shimmy again, give it a little shake. Just a little bit more cooking time for that, and that'll be ready. Little bit further, and you want to simmer this for about 15 minutes after you add your final ingredients, which will be the turkey and the onion mix. Now you can also, when you add your seasoning and you get your cheese seasoning in there, you can also throw in a diced up tomato if you would like. I did not have my crops of tomatoes cooked yet. I did not have a tomato to add to this. If I did, it would have been added because it kicks it up a notch. All right, now I put this in, and that's when you want to set your timer for 15 minutes and you want to start adding in your turkey. Now, when the turkey mixed in with the onions, you're going to want to simmer that for about 15 minutes, just like the package tells you. And this is a delicious, delicious dish, as always. And after your 15 minutes, I top it off with my freshly shredded cheese. I go with the Colby Jack, and then make sure that melts thoroughly. And you turn your heat off, you pop your cheese in. You can, I usually sometimes, if I have the little toaster oven available, I will turn it on, brown up that cheese at the top, make a nice crispy cheese layer, and that is delicious. Now, also, I have zucchini this time of year. I like to dice up my zucchini and get that cooking when you have about 3 minutes, 4 minutes left, or when you start to toast your cheese. You can get that zucchini cooking until it's nice and soft, and that is a delicious homegrown vegetable to have with your delicious dish. And it is 100% a belly filler with goodness. Here it is when it's all done. This was really good. I could eat this several times a week. It was so delicious. All right, and there you go. That was Mr. Sockavello's delicious cheesy rice with ground turkey. And this was another episode of Cooking with Mr. Sockavello.